Hi guys, how you doing? Ellen Fernandes na área e hoje eu tenho Simon.
Hi.
Pessoal, eu vou falar em inglês porque Simon, ele é britânico e ele não fala português. Do you speak Portuguese?
No, unfortunately, nothing.
Yeah, that's good. Então eu vou mudar para inglês agora e nós vamos falar sobre frases essenciais, expressões que nós usamos no inglês britânico que são muito importantes aqui, ok? Let's do it! You actually wrote a few expressions that you think is important to know.
I did, yes.
So let's go through it.
Okay, so I think because we're talking about Britain, we're in London at the moment, which is super important. The most important drink here, of course, is tea.
Tea.
Right?
Yeah.
So a really important phrase that I think people need to know if you would like a cup of tea is fancy a cuppa?
Cuppa.
Cuppa. So it's like cup of tea, but it becomes cuppa.
They make it like really short, yeah.
Like this.
So this is a very common abbreviation.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fancy.
Yeah, that's quite common as well.
Do you understand it, guys? It's like, do you fancy? So, would you like?
Exactly, it's very similar. Like, I think would you like's kind of a bit more formal,
very
maybe
formal,
you'd use it, but with my friends I say, anyone fancy a cuppa? Anyone fancy?
Fancy.
And I wouldn't even say, do you fancy?
Yeah,
I just say
fancy.
Yeah, fancy a cuppa?
See? Nice, yes, guys. First time I heard that, I was like, what does it mean? I was really like confused. What about the next one?
Okay, so we'll stay with like drinks. Obviously another important drink, maybe on Friday once you finished work or school. Exactly.
Yeah.
We'd go for a pint.
Pint.
Go for a pint.
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously beer here we sell in pints.
Yes.
The big size. Or
it's almost half liter, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Roughly the same.
Goodness.
And then you can have half a pint as well if that's too much.
Okay.
Like that.
Not very common though.
No. You need to have at least 1 pint. And I always say to my students, 1 pint of beer is very good for your English.
Ooh,
Yeah,
it is actually true, yes.
I think it helps make you a bit less nervous and you can really just go for it and speak as much English as possible.
It helped me a lot actually, to be honest. And then just like something that I just thought about, usually when you say to someone to buy you a beer, in Portuguese it's a very common mistake, guys. You say, pay me a beer. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, a couple of people,
Usually Brazilians, it's because of the translation, you know?
Right, okay.
In Portuguese you say, oh, I'll pay you a beer.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, but then in English, guys, I'll buy you a beer.
Sure, yeah.
Yes. Okay, awesome.
And I think with another good one, if you're with friends, for example, say you have 4 friends and I decide I'm going to buy a beer for everybody, then we call this a round. So I could say, okay, it's my round.
It's my round. Right. Okay, so you pay for it, yeah?
Exactly. I will buy this one. And then next time, I think it's your round.
Okay, it's your round. Nice.
So she's going to buy the drinks for everybody else, right?
And one for the road.
Yeah, that's quite good one,
It's really good. So it's the last one. This is a very common one in Portuguese as well. So if you're having the last one, you can say one for the road. Do you use that?
Yeah, sometimes we do. Yeah.
I was like, today. One for the road, guys.
One last one just before you go. Yeah,
one, yes.
Exactly. And of course, I think everybody knows when you have your pints and you want to sort of toast, then everyone would say cheers.
It's true.
Of course.
Cheers, guys.
But actually, that word has many meanings. So, if I bought you a drink, for example, I bought you a pint of beer, then you might say to me, oh, cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
And it doesn't mean cheers, it means thanks, right?
Thank you. You can use cheers. And it's actually really common, yeah?
So common.
First time I was on the bus, not in the bus, on the bus. And then the guy said, oh, cheers, man. Or cheers, mate, yeah? And then I was like, cheers? To the driver? What does it mean? So it's really funny when you're learning a language, yeah? So this is something that you're definitely gonna hear in London.
It's super common, everyone, just to say thank you to everyone. Cheers, thanks very much, cheers. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Another one, so we've gone from something quite positive, maybe a more negative one. So obviously I'm British and I do love football as well. My team is not famous, so I'm not going to embarrass myself by telling everyone my football team. But very often when I'm watching my team play, they lose. And so I could say that I feel gutted. I was absolutely gutted when my team lost. So it's kind of like disappointed, heartbroken.
I'm gutted.
Gutted.
You know, that's nice. That's a good one actually. So if you're feeling disappointed, instead of saying I'm disappointed or I feel disappointed, you can say
I'm gutted.
I'm gutted.
Yeah. And it's quite a strong word as well.
It
so
is,
I'm
isn't it?
absolutely gutted.
It's really dramatic,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Do you think British English is a little bit dramatic? Dramatic?
Yeah, I think it can be, yeah.
Yes?
I think it can be. We have so many different words we can choose, so
Yes.
making your word choice is really important, I think, because if
Yes.
you use that word, it's not as strong as that word, and it can be quite dramatic.
Yes.
You know.
So you said like a super something, you know, like do you use super a lot? Like
A lot.
Yeah.
I think that might... Like,
Super nice.
yeah, it's super good, super cool.
Super good, super cool.
I think it's quite modern English.
Do you
yeah.
use a lot of very, on a daily basis, like
Sure.
very good, for example, you wouldn't say that.
Not
would
as
you?
much, no, not
See,
as
guys.
much. I might say really more than very.
Yeah.
It's really cold today, not it's very cold.
Yeah.
It's really cold or it's super cold, which is even more than really for
Yes.
me. Yeah.
It's super cold. So I'm gonna link a video here. I was talking about it the other day. Don't use very because they don't use that very much, but then you can substitute the word, so it's nice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think another one that we use in Britain that they don't really use even in America or Canada, I think, is the word fortnight.
Oh yes, it's true. Fortnight for
So if
2
I
weeks.
said,
Yeah.
exactly. If I said, I'll
14 days,
see you in a
basically.
fortnight. Yeah, it comes from 14 nights.
Nights. Yeah.
Put together. So
Yeah.
it's quite common here.
It is common, yeah, but they don't use that in the US.
No, I remember going to the US and saying, "Oh, I'm here for a fortnight."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah, me too. It's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's a nice vocab. Are you taking notes?
and I think maybe one or two more. There's one here. I mean, London is an expensive place sometimes,
It is, yeah.
right? Especially if you're drinking lots of pints and spending your money.
Yeah.
So it's possible to say towards the end of the month before you get paid, I'm skint.
I'm skint.
So I have no money whatsoever.
Oh, like I'm broke.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you don't say I'm broke, you say I'm skint.
I'm skint.
I'm skint.
Yeah, I'm skint. Can you lend me some money? And actually, that's important because here, with our paper money, so we have £5 notes, £10 notes,
yes.
20 and 50. But for the £5 and the £10, we have a slang word for that.
Oh yes, that's a nice one.
So again, I could say, I'm skint. Can you
Yeah.
lend me a fiver?
Fiver. I like it so much. I use that. Or a tenner.
Exactly.
Okay, a fiver or a tenner.
Exactly. But not a 20 or a 50. That doesn't make
No,
sense. Yeah.
and it's funny because like in the US, they don't use that as well. So,
No, I guess not.
No.
I guess not. I mean, with money, just like in the US, they have dollars and bucks.
Yeah, bucks.
We
yeah.
also have
10
pounds.
bucks, yeah.
And we say quid.
Quid,
as well.
it's true, yeah.
And what's interesting about quid is that we don't ever use an S on it. So it's 1 quid, 2 quid, 5 quid. It's not, but we say £1, £2.
Yes.
So it's quite an important.
But not
one.
with the euro. We don't say like 2 euros. We don't use the S, yeah?
That's
It's
right.
1 euro, 2 euro, 3 euro. Guys, this is really, really important because people make this mistake. And millions, yeah.
Right, yeah.
They put the S, but we don't use that. We
1
don't
million, 2 million, 3 million. Yeah.
And that's it, you know? So, wow, that's really rich. A lot of common mistakes, you see? So, the last one.
This one here. So maybe again you've had a really long week or a really, really long day and you've been working
Yes.
very hard. You say at the end of it, I'm absolutely knackered.
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 Okay,
So it's
I'm
very similar
absolutely,
to
absolutely. You see, you know, an emphasizer there. Absolutely knackered.
exactly. So it's like the same as
Really
exhausted.
tired. I'm
But I think I
exhausted.
might say knackered with my friends a lot more. Oh, I'm knackered.
Exhausted, not exhausted. We tend to use the U there, yeah, but this is a silent letter, yeah. Exhausted.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Exhausted. Yeah.
Nice, guys. Simon, thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure, yeah.
You know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really like, I love the accent. So I'm just looking at him like, wow. Thank you so much.
Absolute
I really
pleasure.
enjoyed. And then I hope you have learned a lot, guys. And then see you next video. You take care. Okay?
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Simon. Very nice.